Hi guys. 2 in the morning. I'm a little tired. I've been up for hours catching up on the grades for and providing feedback for your class. Yeah, I do hope everybody is recovering and getting back into the groove of learning and going to class and going to work and your other daily life after Irma. It's been a struggle for me personally, and I've had down power lines and down internet to deal with. I just got internet back last week. So I appreciate your patience dealing with me, letting me get caught up on grading. It's taking time, but I finally got caught up in your class. I would like to follow up on a couple of things that I noticed when reviewing your work. First of all, I would like to say that I am lenient with deadlines this month. I understand that some of you guys are still recovering and getting into your rhythm after Irma, and maybe even some of you are affected by Maria and Puerto Rico. I hope everyone is doing fine and your families are doing fine. I hope you've got power back. But just to be on the safe side, I am not counting late points off for work that is submitted late for the next few weeks. So any work that was due at the beginning of the semester all the way up till now, I will still accept it and you can still earn full credit. The blog assignment, I did grade your first assignment, which was the blog. I thought that they were well done. They were visually interesting. A few of the blogs were shorter than others, didn't have as many images as others, or didn't have as much content as others. So remember, you do get to revise 2 of your 3 projects at the end of the semester. If you scored a low grade on your blog, you can redo it later and add more to it. A couple of issues with the blog. Some of you sent me a link that I couldn't get to your blog from. I couldn't access it. So please, if you got a 0 or a low score on your blog because I couldn't get to the link, please send me that correct link right away. And some of you guys, I think you placed your link only in the discussion forum. You also need to place it in the assignment Dropbox so I can access that. You did a good job on the discussion forum where the pair was asked to come up with some sample blogs for us to look at and examine. Well, what I have in mind for the pair assignments is anytime a pair is supposed to post something on the discussion forum, that's their forum. That pair finds the examples and posts them, and everybody else, all you have to do is simply respond to what they've presented to you. You don't have to go and find your own examples. The first couple of paired assignments, I think you guys misunderstood, and everybody went out and tried to find their own examples. No, just the pairs do the work of finding the examples. The rest of you guys just respond to their thread. All you have to do is respond. 2 of the blogs I found really interesting. I didn't get to see them all. The Miami food blog, I thought that was really interesting and relevant to us in South Florida. And the white privilege blog I thought was interesting. I've been arguing with a bunch of my Facebook friends about the NFL African American players kneeling, and that big controversy. So I have a lot of thoughts on that, and I thought the white privilege blog was interesting. Here's a quick learning tip for you guys. When you are talking about ethos, pathos, logos, it's a little bit more sophisticated if you don't use these constructions. Instead of saying this blog does use logos or does not use logos, instead it would, or another one that doesn't work well, this blog has no logos, or this article has no logos. Try to stay away from those statements. Any type of message you send ever is going to have some appeal to logos. It would be more correct or more accurate to say this blog has a weak appeal to logos than to say it doesn't use logos or it has no logos. So you see the point there? Also, instead of using logos or having logos, I would say appeals to logos. It either appeals to it strongly or it appeals to it ineffectively. But don't just say it has logos or doesn't have logos. This makes you sound a little more sophisticated by using appeals to. A couple of other things I just want to read from my notes here. I do think I need to clarify in future semesters that when the pairs are asked to post, that it's just them and not everybody. But I still think you guys learned from finding your own examples, so that's fine. It's okay that you guys did that in the first few. A couple of more points. I realize discussion 9 is a lot of work. You have to read 2 chapters and respond to several readings. I noticed that in the past week or so, the amount of people who have done the discussions is kind of, let me do my chart here. It's kind of, the curve is kind of going this way. Fewer and fewer people are doing the work. I hope that turns around. I know a lot of you are recovering from the hurricane and all, but please don't get too far behind. If you need some support from me, please let me know. I do notice several students have missed several discussions in a row. Please stay caught up. I want you to do well in this course. And in order to help you, we have changed the next unit to only 1 draft. Many of you have asked some good questions about the informative project. You and a partner, and you could probably work with the same person you're paired up with. That would make the most sense. You and a partner will be presenting a multimedia presentation on an individual or organization that is making the world a better place. Since we've just had all these hurricanes come through the United States and Puerto Rico and the Caribbean, if some of you guys want to focus on an organization that helps with dealing with those, perhaps that would be a good and timely idea. It's fine if more than one pair covers a similar organization. If 2 people do the Humane Society, or if 2 people do a shelter for homeless, that's fine. 2 groups can do the same project. That's fine. The idea is one of you will probably focus on the primary research and one of you will focus on the secondary. Maybe you want to choose an organization where one of you has already worked with it before. Then you probably could get pictures or interviews easily, and the other person can do the big picture research. Statistics on the homeless in Florida, in the US, around the world, etc. Or you could divide it up so that you both do the research and one person does one half of the slides, one person does the other half of the slides. You could do it as a PowerPoint, you could do it as a Prezi, you could do it as a blog, you could do it as a newsletter, you could do it as a video. And I've sent you examples of many of these in the announcements. Please keep up with announcements, and they show up in your email. Please look at the announcements I send for this class. I give you lots of valuable resources such as previous student projects, tips on how to do this. Please be sure that you stay caught up with your announcements in your email. Alright, so I noticed when you guys were peer reviewing each other's blogs, there were 2 discussions, and I asked you to review 3 students' blogs in each discussion. So that would be 6 total. If you only did 1 or 2 or 3, if you only did 1 or 2 of the 3, you did not get full credit. So you can still go back and do those. If you're missing a few, you can get your missing points added in. So that takes care, I believe, of all the things that we've done so far. I did want to mention, though, that with your blog and with the discussion forums, I do provide feedback on most of those. On all of your major assignments, like the blog, I've given you written feedback plus a grade. And on most of the discussions, I'll give you some written feedback too. Occasionally, I'll just give you a grade, 100 out of 100, and move on if it's pretty obvious that you did the work, such as a chapter reading. But sometimes I will actually comment on your post and some of the things that you said there. But looking ahead, so this week, right now, we've had a couple of discussions due, and some of you are missing them, so please go ahead and do them now. You can still get full credit for them. Next week, we have a couple of discussions that involve the pairs, pair 4 and pair 5. Please be prepared to get together, post your thread, and then the rest of the class, all you have to do is respond to pair 4 and pair 5. And then the informative project 1 draft only is due Friday, October 6th. That's where we're going towards with our next project. Friday, October 6th, 1 draft only. It is a PowerPoint, Prezi, blog, or newsletter, or video. So you guys can start working on that. I believe one of your next upcoming discussions asks for you and your partner to describe your topic and how you plan to approach your project. Well, this video was long. I'm sorry. I had a lot of things to cover, and I didn't get to do any videos at all while Irma was going on, and I was out of town and then getting my internet back. So this one's a long video. So sorry. I do hope I've given you some valuable information that will help you succeed in the course. Please call me during office hours. Send me emails if you're struggling, if you've gotten behind in this class. I do want everyone to succeed, and you guys can do it. I know we've all been through a lot, but let's hang together and let me know how I can help you. We still have a month left, so everybody has time to get caught up and do well in this class. Alright, let's do it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.